think we all have a right to be proud of our growing reputation as one of the best schools of English, not one of the biggest, but one of the best in Cambridge, which, when it comes down to it, means in the whole country. Quiet, please. I'll explain. About our first year grammar classes, when we gather together for my official welcome speech.
Good morning, St.Joohn.
Hello, Anita. I say, you know, you look different, don't you?
Do I? Oh, my hair, probably. I put it up.
Oh, yeah. Well, it looks really terrific.
Thank you.
Of course, I liked it the other way, too. Tumbling down your shoulders.
Hasn't tumbled down my shoulders for 3 years, St.Joohn.
Oh. Well, how was it then before you changed it?
Back in a ponytail.
That's it, yeah. Well, I liked it like that, too.
Oh, by the way, Nigel asked me to apologize again for having to cancel dinner. He was afraid he was a bit abrupt on the phone, and he really is terribly worried about this magazine of his.
Oh, do tell him no need to worry about that, because as it turned out, a few minutes after he telephoned to cancel, old Henry phoned to invite me around there. So that was all right.
Oh, smashing. For dinner, you mean?
Well, no, to babysit, actually.
Oh.
They suddenly remembered that there was a film on at the Arts. Some old German classic that they seem very fond of. Kind of child murder, as far as I could make out from what Henry said.
Still, St.Joohn, how boring for you.
Oh, no, I enjoyed it enormously. I used to babysit them all the time, you know. It was lovely seeing them all again. Susan, little Fanny, and as for Ben, my word, what a little devil. Oh, he's full of mischief. He told me that little Fanny had drowned in the bath. When I ran in, there she was, lying face down, hair floating about. And I stood there thinking, Lord, what am I going to say to Henry and Fanny when they get back? Especially after seeing a film like that. But it was all right, because it turned out that it was only one of those enormous dolls. No, not here. Round there. Front door. Morning, Mark-san. Morning.
You all right?
Oh, yes, fine.
You're growing a beard?
What? Oh, Christ. Oh, no, I've not been to bed, you see, all weekend.
I say, how's old Camellia?
Oh, she's fine, just fine.
Terrific. Little Tom, too?
Tom, too. Oh, yes, Tom, too.
Last time I saw him, he was teething. He was standing there in his high chair, dribbling away like anything, while Camellia was sitting on old Mark's lap, making faces at him with orange peel in her mouth. Oh, Lord.
Mark, what is it?
I'm sorry. It's nothing. I'm just digesting.
It's something you had for breakfast, is it?
Hmm? Do you want to talk about it?
I don't want anyone else to know, especially Thomas or Eddie. I don't want them dripping their filthy compassion all over me.
We're to keep it to ourselves, St.Joohn.
Oh, Lord, yes, of course. But what, though?
She's left me.
Who?
Camellia, of course.
What? Oh, Camellia? Oh, no.
And taking Tom with her.
Oh, not little Tom, too.
Tom, too.
Well, did she say why?
Well, Well, I was up in the attic writing away. And as far as I knew, she was downstairs where she usually is, in the kitchen. Or ironing with the television on. And little Tom in bed, of course. So I wrote on and on. I felt inspired. Quite inspired. A moment about how I felt seeing Tom come out of her womb. So shiny and whole and and beautiful. It was a marvelous moment, full of my love for her and him. And when I'd finished it, I went downstairs to her to read it to her, as I always do when it's something I'm burning with. And this was on the pillow. I'm sorry, darling, but it seems, after all, that I wasn't cut out to be a writer's wife. I can't stand the strain of it, the lonely evenings, your remoteness, and most of all, the feeling that your novel means more to you than Tom and I do. But perhaps that's what being an artist is. Not caring about those who love you. I'm going back to Mother's. I'll take the car. Yes, taking the car. I mean, she'd take the car all right, wouldn't she? As you don't drive, and begin proceedings as soon as I've got a lawyer. Take care, my love. Look after yourself. I wish you success. And know that one day I'll be proud to have been your first wife, just as Tom will be proud to be your father.
And son, surely.
What?
Well, Tom's your son, not your father. You read out that he was your father, not your son.
No, not that, there, not that way. No, through the front door. Front door. This is staff only. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Anita, my dear. Mark, St.Joohn. I trust you all had a good weekend.
Yes,
thank you, Eddie.
I'm just on my way through to do my little welcome speech to the new students. With a small dilation this time about the problems of our Cambridge landladies. We've just heard that our faithful Mrs. Cornley is refusing to take any of our students except what she calls traditional foreigners, all over some dreadful misunderstanding she's had with those 3 really delightful Turks we sent her over the proper function of the bathroom. Such a nuisance. I mean, Thomas has been on the phone to her for hours. 9 Japanese have turned up, by the way, instead of the anticipated 6. And as there were 3 last time, we can hope for a round dozen next. Mark, is it these fast-fading old eyes of mine? Or did you forget to shave this morning? And yesterday morning even?
No, Eddie. I was just thinking of growing a beard.
Alas. And what set the fair camellia to that?
Oh, I don't think she'll mind, Eddie. I said, I don't think she'll mind, Eddie.
Oh, good, good. Anita, my dear, may I pay you a compliment?
Yes, please, Eddie.
I like your hair even more that way.
Oh, well, thank you, Eddie. Actually, I put it up for a dinner party we had last night. It was a sort of editorial dinner, you see.
Ah, and the magazine's progressing well, or so we gathered from Nigel. We bumped into him on the backs on Saturday afternoon. Did he tell you?
No, he didn't.
Well, he was having a conference with one of his co-editors, I suppose it was.
Oh, Geoffrey Pine.
No, I don't think Geoffrey Pine, my dear. But perhaps co-editress, I should have said. One can't be too precise these days, can one?
Oh, was she blonde and rather pretty?
Oh, very pretty. At least Thomas was much smitten. You know what an eye he's got.
Ah, then that would be Amanda Southgate, yes. I expect he was trying to persuade her to take on all the dog bodying. She's terrifically efficient. She's an old friend of mine. We were at school together. She's smashing, actually.
Good.